when I went there, I didn't know that I'm going to such a place where there's no light, no gas, no water.
Salamu, salamu, salamu. Salamu alaikum ya jama. Salamu alaikum ya jama. Assalamu alaikum.
We bore witness to love. Love that transcends color and borders from the blessed people of Ghana for Hazrat Khalifatul Masih. They returned the love and care this humble servant gave to them for 8 years, until the entire nation reached out to him and embraced him as her own.
When I was here, I did not think of abandoning this country. I considered myself to be a Ghanaian.
Join us on this unforgettable journey in this 2-part series as we tread the footsteps of humility and humanity, exemplified by Hazur as a young devotee.
A very unassuming, gentle, and humble human being.
Witness the example of dedication.
That man was good. If not because of him, like this school would not come to stay.
Witness the example of love.
That's my best friend.
He was teaching you English.
Witness the example of brotherhood.
President today, Huzur, could lay his head with us.
It's an example of humility. It's an example of obedience. It's an example of commitment. It's an example of recognizing a human being for his worth.
Salamu alaikum ya jama. Assalamu alaikum.
The students should be here. So that's the Form 1, Form 2, Form 3. And those days, people doesn't want to patronize. People doesn't want to attend schools. So my father made it compulsory that each and every person in this community should try and bring one of his child to the school. So my father set an example by sending his 2 daughters.
Oh, daughters?
Yes.
Whoa.
Daughters. He set that example so that he can hold people to that. Here, eventually, it was a market. This place was a market.
Yeah.
But because there was no option, so my father sat down and then he said, no, compulsorily, because if he made a least mistake, the school will not come to stay.
Yeah.
So he converted this market into the school. He made this place a school by force. The headmaster, he was a very good friend to my father.
Really?
Yes, that Ahmed was, but he was so nice, and he was very committed to the school. He liked the school, and every day he wanted things to be put in order. He was good. That man was good. If not because of him, like this school would not come to stay. Yeah, so now the school is at Ekrofo, between Ekrofo and Esache. So with time, my father sat down. My father found out that no, the place was growing. Yeah. The school was growing. Oh. Why don't I look a big place for them as a land for them to build a big school? So he started the move.
Oh,
so he moved himself. He moved and then he went to in between Ekrofo and Isacher. And we had a very big land there. That time I was a young guy and I was following my father.
I think
he was in the bush himself.
So we have to go to that school.
Yes, we have to go to that.
The original school, which used to be here, had to move
completely to the
because it had the numbers exceeded what this building contained. Whoa!
Exactly.
Whoa, great.
Chief Nana Achin was so committed to bringing education to his people that he put up one of his personal houses as accommodation for Hazur and the students.
Yes, this is the building. This is where Mr. Ahmed was staying. This is where my father gave.
This is where our president Hazur used to live.
Yes.
Where exactly? It's a very big house.
Yes,
was the whole house?
The whole house.
The whole house belonged to him?
No, he was occupying the top.
Oh, okay.
And then some of the students were down.
Whoa. So he shared a building
Yes.
with students.
Exactly.
Did he ever complain? Did he ever
He never.
feel diminished?
He never.
Never.
The man,
He
no,
felt
this
comfortable?
one, that's why I was saying that the man was so good to a extent that he also was committed, and he liked the actually the job they've given to him, and he performed the job marvelously.
Wow.
So that's the main entrance. The whole place was for him, was given out to him.
You mean the top?
He was staying at the top, so we will go there.
Okay.
We will go to the top.
Yes. So let's go then.
Let's go there.
So, oh, it's quite.
Have a look.
It's quite a narrow staircase.
That's the kitchen.
Okay. Wonderful. And has anything changed?
That's
in
the
this
kitchen. No, no, nothing.
But do you remember some of the food stuff? For instance, you know, they have chapati.
Actually, when I come, he gives me tea and egg. A cooked egg.
So the egg was fried here, right here in this.
He doesn't fly. He doesn't normally fry his egg. He cook it. Cooked one.
Yeah. Wow.
He doesn't fly it. So let me take you to where I've been taken when I come. Those days I was very young.
He's a typical Ghana man. He loves his banku. And who made him love tea and egg? Woo! Oh, it's a big hall.
Yes.
It's a very big hall.
Yes, that's the hall.
Yes.
Yes, that's the hall.
Okay.
When I come to him, you let me sit down here. The wife of the person.
There was a dining table here.
Yes, dining table here.
And then there was similar
seats here.
Okay. This man who came all the way from Pakistan and would come down to the level of the local people, would not complain about facilities that were lacking. You as a child and your father's own opinion, what would you say about him?
Oh, the man is the type of person which I think if you give him any position or he's very responsible. The man is that's why I'm saying that I'm not doubting where he has reached now. Okay. He speaks his mind. The man always speaks his mind. He doesn't harbor anything within him. That's how I see him.
So the day he announced that he was leaving this house, what was the mood in the house?
Actually, my father didn't like it, but it's like something like a contract. The contract has expired, therefore he have to go back to Pakistan. So we have no option. It is only the Amir those days who can say, okay, I'll renew the contract for you to stay back. But I think for that those days, then he was also feeling that at least he have done enough, and the school has gotten a foundation, therefore he can leave to Pakistan.
Now it may seem a little more comfortable compared to Salaga, but living here again was not very simple. The water supply was very erratic, which meant water for Huzur's use had to be obtained from a nearby stream most of the times.
So at the time Huzur lived here in Isachir, water supply was very erratic. It was very, very inconsistent. I am here with Mr. Abdurrahman Ensil here at the river, and he used to help Huzur when he stayed here at Isachir. What used to happen? Can you describe to me what used to happen here?
Well, Isachir, we have pipe-borne water as such. So usually, I do send water home for his activities over there. He's a man of himself. He loves everybody.
This is not your ideal running water, the ideal kind of water you'd want to use even for flushing your toilet, because it's not as clean as pipe-borne water would be, or as clean as even the water we use in our toilets these days. But this is the sort of water Huzur would use for other activities in his home when he lived here in Isachir. Oh, hold on. Whoa, save him, man. I can't hardly. Okay. Hang on. Okay. I think I'm okay. It's okay. It's okay now. Okay. Woo! Woo! No, I can't. No, I can't.
Let me help you. Let me. Then take the smaller one.
Okay. This is almost like it's as heavy as a 50 kilogram cement bag. Yes,
of course.
Yes,
but this road is not fine. So let's take this road. Be careful unless you fall down.
Yeah,
if I fall,
no problem. You're a strong man.
But if you fall, there will be a problem. So.
With the blessings of Allah and the continued efforts of Hazur and Chief Nana Achin, the school at Asarcher grew so much that Chief Nana Achin decided to donate 60 acres of his land at Ikrafu to construct a much larger school which was to accommodate hundreds of students. This school was built by Hazur from the ground up, and the change in location meant that Jamaat decided there should be permanent residence for the headmaster on site. We're going to the headmaster's bungalow on site at T.I. Akumfi Senior High School to meet a very old acquaintance of Hazur.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
My name is Abdul Hai Mumen. What's your name? Your full name?
George Ankuma.
George Ankuma.
Yeah.
You used to work in this house?
Yes.
Who were you working for when you used to work in this house?
The headmaster, Mr. Mazur. No. 1982-83. Aha ya bia onya hoho a oye ho china. Na aha so ye bia ne dano table osisi. Ne fani. Aha na oye ni bia ne dan.
So this is where Huzur used to stay and live, and this was his bedroom. In a nutshell.
Na me pepa. Asana jumedubi wo baby amasana ko. Haso juala family ba me pepa ha. Na kunsu na di nyina na mahwe table na di bibia ofatara mi ni bia mai.
So what do you remember about this man, Huzur Mirza Masroor Ahmed?
Me kai pa Mazu headmaster abibia obehia bia okache de odukan ye brana ye bon ye ninkan ye mfa nyame mfa enye ye bibia so ne se kwetu ni yankopon a obran onko kan na otu ya fuso da yenye abotar ada farm botar se wa botar wo adwuma ma betum da abo ubrafa ndi onam dam efutu no de man metumi idiru ma okwari na chirin nya mfaso wo ma metumi tena adwuma mu ha kopimra medical pension oye adoye utum ohon chiriwa ekache na otumi boa wo ska afam.
So what was his relationship with you as a person like? Because obviously he was the master, he was the headmaster of the school, and you were just a mere servant. Did he ever make you feel like you were just a mere servant?
You naturally, me see, Nancy biara or the mamma biara, and the old to quite cry or 2 minutes bear 3 days cry or mission a crampa or 2 minutes Sunday or Jimmy na meso mijinidi. Na the mofra beno or a mofra munu never cast na fella.
Okay.
I'm no friend you na me na and no when you now per massive.
The blessings of the divinely inspired Nusrat Jahan scheme on Ghana have been far-reaching and wide. Through the prayers and constant guidance of Khilafat, the people of Ghana have been on the receiving end of high-quality education, especially in the remotest parts of the country, where the future leaders of tomorrow are being groomed by the dedicated teachers and devotees such as Hazur. And we really did not have to look far for evidence. Miss Forstein is an ex-student of Hazur and is currently the assistant headmistress for one of the biggest schools in the region.
How are you doing?
Fine, thank you.
You were no school student here? How long ago was this?
I was here in 1983 on this very compound.
But the school did not start from this compound?
No, the school started from the Sachery, the market center there.
Were you there as well?
Yes.
And that was in
1980.
So at the time that you were a student on the other campus,
yes,
and then moving here, can you remember some of the headmasters along the way?
Yes, I quite remember Masih. Yes, he was the headmaster who brought us here.
Okay.
So initially, he allowed us to be coming here to plant the trees you see alongside the road and the campus.
Oh, can you point to one of the trees if you can remember? This some, yes.
This one, beginning from the gate, all trees.
Wow.
And he was involved. So the trees on the campus, he was part of it that we planted.
Wow.
Yes, to give shade to the school because the school was bare. And he did that before he moved us to the school here.
So when you moved here, what was the infrastructure like? Did we have all these buildings here?
No, we moved here with this block.
So when you moved here, we didn't have all these buildings, just this block. Tell me more.
There were 5 classrooms, so we shared 5 classrooms. And that room was Mizra Ahmed's office.
Oh, the first one there. Wow, I'd like to have a look.
All the rest were classrooms for us.
Yeah.
And I came to Form 3 here.
So this is one of the very early classrooms. Good morning. Good morning. How are you all doing?
Same classroom. It's only the whiteboard that has been changed. Yes, it was a blackboard.
So what do you remember about some of your teachers? Whenever they came to the classroom, what would they usually do? Do you remember those days, 30 years back?
Yes, 30 years back. I remember some of them. A teacher we used to call Monsieur, who teaches French. Yes. He was short and he easily got annoyed. So the least thing, he would get annoyed and walk out from the classroom. But at a point in time, he will come and settle us down and we continue.
All right.
Yes.
So at the time, Mirza Masih Ahmed was your headmaster. What kind of headmaster was he? Was he the strict type, the one who would insist that the things be done the right way? Was he the soft type, one who would just allow you to do anything you wanted to do at all?
Israel was calm, but strict and firm. Would wish things are done well. Yes. So I quite remember he was meeting us here. That is where we're having our Sunday morning.
Where is that? Out here?
Out here.
Oh, wow. This is where you used to meet during your morning assemblies and all that. Do you remember him saying anything, addressing the assembly in any way? Here.
If we want to complete school, then we should know how to behave well. And becoming recalcitrant will not help us. And he knows he is here to help us to learn and grow up well for the society. Yes. So we should listen to whatever they tell us here. Not to break school rules, not to do things that will put the name of the school into disrepute.
So now you are assistant headmistress in one of the biggest senior secondary schools in Ghana. How would you say this school and the moral lessons taught, especially by Mirza Masih Ahmed, how would you say that has influenced your life?
It has influenced my life greatly because I took some of the things he said as I'm talking about. And he made me to develop interest in the Islamic religious knowledge. And I offered that and had one. And that Islamic religious knowledge I had one took me to training college at Ula. What I would tell him was when I was on the field, he put me in a track to run. I don't run. He said I should run.
You mean sports?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And he followed me with a cane. First, he finish hard, finish hard, finish hard, finish hard, finish hard. So he made me to end my race.
Okay.
Yes. I quite remember this. So this one, if I tell him,
he'll remember.
We're off to meet another person who had the privilege of serving Hazur while he was headmaster here.
Mr. Adam Saka, how are you doing? I'm also very fine. When this school was first established, I mean this very campus, Who was the headmaster?
Okay, the school started at Isachre.
Yes.
On 1971.
Yeah, I mean, when you moved here to this campus, do you remember who the headmaster was?
It was the Huzur.
It was Huzur, Mirza Masroor Ahmed?
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
And you were working here at the time?
Yeah.
In what capacity?
I was a messenger.
You were the messenger, and he was the headmaster.
Yeah,
so, being the headmaster, obviously, he had an office. Where was it?
Oh, this place.
Oh, this?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, you
okay.
can see it from here.
All right. So, has anything changed this?
Oh, yes, a big change. There's a cupboard here.
Oh, so this was the office, just the small room?
Actually, this was the office.
Oh, wow. This, this looks more like a storeroom in somebody's kitchen. But this used to be the office. And being the messenger, did you ever hear him complain about this place being a small office and that he couldn't operate from here? So, first of all, start by telling me what your duties were.
Being a messenger, I have to go to him, correct the key, open the name, clean everything here, and arrange the papers, everything, before he comes.
Okay.
So in case he needs you to send a letter to some place or anything, in case he needs something from the house, just give you a note, go to the house and give it to the wife, then he also give you, in case he needed all sorts of.
Oh, at the time there were no telephones. He didn't have mobile phones, so he couldn't ring the house, so he had to
give you a note.
And so whenever he called you in to give you instructions, where would you be? Would you be standing here?
Oh, yeah. And then put my bag.
Okay, so Adam Saka.
Oh, yeah, I'm here.
So you as a messenger at the time, how did he relate to you? Was he commandeering? Was he always
he was so kind
authoritative?
No, he was very kind to me. He was so kind to me.
Tell us more. I want you to tell me more about the relationship.
If you need something, you come to him. Be open and then go to him. You explain things to him. If it is money, if anything else, you go to him. He will listen to you and then he will help you. Whatever you need, you give it to him.
Tell us about the beginning of the school and the developments that you are now talking about.
The beginning of the school, you see, as I said earlier, they were forced to give scholarship because there were few people at this Economy. So the chief, that was the man of the Economy traditional area, called all the country, the town people, as well the chiefs. I need 3 people from your town so that they all sent to the same school so that the school will be filled up. This is what they started.
And today was the situation.
Exactly. And this time, there was a lot of people from outside, even some from Accra, from the northern, the whole way.
It's plain to see that nearly everyone who interacted with Huzur at any level was left with a deep impression of his humility and humanity. The school itself is a living example of the tender love and care of Huzur. From a humble office and 1 block, today T.I. Ikumfi Senior High School is a massive facility catering for the educational and essential needs of well over 1,000 young minds. The man responsible for it today is the current headmaster of the school.
Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Wa alaikum salam.
My name is Abdul Mumin. Who are you, sir?
Well, I'm the headmaster of the school, Mr. Muhammad Akunu.
So when you moved to this premises at that time, over 30 years ago,
yes.
The population was just a little over 100.
Over 100.
What is the population today as it stands?
Today is 1,346.
Oh, that's a huge number.
Yes.
And you contain all of them on this campus?
On this campus. In fact, we have almost 300-400 being day students who come from town. The remaining around about 900 are on campus.
1,346, you said?
Yes.
That's a huge number.
Yes,
are students crowded in classrooms?
Not so much.
Hello, good morning, how are you? Okay.
Not so much.
All right. So every student has a desk to himself?
Yes. At least in the school, every student has a desk to himself.
So teaching and learning is relatively comfortable in this school?
In this school.
Wow. Can you tell us some of the courses you ran in the school?
Basically, we ran the general art course, we have a general science course, we have a business course, we have a technical course, and then we have a vocational course.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
Ekunfi Amas.
God-fearing and honesty.
Excellent Amas.
Discipline and hard work.
E. Amas.
Long live School of Khalifa.
Thank you.
That's wonderful. Ekunfi Amas. All right. So did you attend this school yourself?
No.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
Oh, wow.
I'm a product of Masih.
Okay, but then I'm sure this school has produced some excellent people for the outer world out there.
Yes.
Can we name a few of these people?
Well, one whose name comes to mind easily
Yes.
is the Honorable A.T. Hammond, who was a past student of the school.
Yes.
Currently, in fact, formerly he was the Deputy Interior Minister. Then later on became the Energy Minister.
The Deputy Energy Minister.
Deputy Energy Minister of the country. We have Bashuddin Hayford, who is a very good coach in the country, who is now managing Mediama Football Club. Yeah. And we have one Mr. Abakan, who was a lecturer at the University of Cape Coast.
Whoa, whoa. I'm sure if I gave you the whole day, you keep going on, because you've just mentioned a top government official produced from this school, very top level government official, a top level national coach, a Ghanaian coach, a footballing coach from this country. And then you also mentioned a lecturer at the university. Whoa. So, how about the students in the school right now? What's the level of discipline?
You know, if you talk about education, you are talking of morality, sporting, academic, and all those things well harnessed to bring the best out of the children that you handle. At the moment, I can say with that kind of confidence that we are doing our best. We have instruments on kind of moral talks in the school. Every Monday morning, we meet at assembly and reorientate the minds of the students to conform to the doctrine of the mission, the teachings of the mission, so that they can prepare themselves for life in future.
You just talked about discipline. Yes. Now, students who are not necessarily Muslims, or for that matter, Ahmadis, how comfortable are they within the premises of the school?
Our basic principle in this school is that there is no compulsion in religion. Everybody is allowed to worship the way he or she wants. And another principle that we use is that nobody should be converted whilst in school here. Of course, after going through the system, having seen the good side of Islam, if you decide to change when you go out, that one is not our problem. But here, we don't intentionally go around to convert.
I've been speaking to a few people who were on this very campus from its very inception. And they tell me that the initial headmasters used to teach. Have you taught before?
Yes. Last year, when they were going to do their exams, I realized that there were some few problems with the students. So I had to go in.
So what do you teach? What subjects?
Chemistry is my subject.
Oh, I fear chemistry. Yeah. But can you teach us some chemistry, sir?
No problem.
Okay.
No problem.
I'm just pretending to be part of the students
okay.
here. Probably I'm the tallest student in your class.
Now, because you are all in the first year, and therefore moving, you are in the second year?
Yes.
Okay. I want to test your knowledge about how the atom is like. You know, in everything, the base is very important. And the base of life is what we refer to as atom.
We've had enough here because, you know, I am used to similes and metaphors, but not atoms and smallest indivisible articles and all that. Thank you very much, class. We appreciate your time.
I had the opportunity to go to London through the mission. Okay. So I was there when the message came that Uzu wants to see me. I entered the room. He received me very warmly.
And that was your first time of meeting him?
That's my first time of meeting him in the room for 30, 45 minutes in his office. So he started asking questions about the school, the population at that time, the staffing. Some of the questions that he asked were this.
So did he express interest in the school? You could see passion.
I could see from this man that the love he has for this school is so much.
Wow.
So much that he wants to see this school develop very well. Then he tried to compare other schools and then asked whether my school is doing very well. I told him yes, but there's still more to be done. He looked at me almost after the conversation, and he asked me, Mr. Akonu, can you help in the development of this school? Is it possible you can do it like you have done in other schools? At that moment, I became unsettled. And I didn't know what I said. But immediately what I opened my mind, what came out of all this, yes sir, I will do it. You know, when he was here, he was so affable, so free to talk to. And you will see an aura of spirituality around him. That aura lingers on in the school. No matter what you do, you cannot revolt in this school. We are very hopeful that in the next few years, you will come here and you see a different environment altogether.
Inshallah. So, when you interacted with Huzuru in his office, out of the numerous schools Ahmadiyya has in the country, he was particular in detail about what happens in Ekrofo TI Ahmadiyya Secondary School. What did that tell you about Huzuru and his love and passion for this school?
In Esache, he stayed here for 4 good years. So he had a lot of interaction with the people in this area. And that informed me about the type of passion he had for this school, for which he had to devote much of his time to ask me questions about this school. You realize that the people in this area seem to have helped him in so many ways. So he developed love for the people, not necessarily the school, because he occasionally asked questions about individuals within this society. Is this person there? Is this person there? Yes, then I will answer. So he had that kind of special passion. I don't know, but I saw it in his eyes because the way he was asking the questions. For this particular school, he stayed here for 4 years. Then another issue which is also very important is that he brought the school from the town to this environment. So if the school thrives, it thrives on his prayers. So he has that attachment to this school because of the fact that he took the school from the town and virtually brought it here. Nothing available on the land here, started the process, and then wanting to make sure that this school that he started, this school that he built, this school that he sacrificed everything for, this school that his family all had to come here to sacrifice, will not die.
Join us for part 2 next time as we trace Huzuru's footsteps back to the north for his last posting in Ghana.
A very unassuming, gentle, and humble human being. That's how I assessed him.
But this used to be one of the living rooms where I used to sit with my friend.
Huzuru's wife?
Yes, please.
Wow. And you were not scared of snakes or anything when you were working here? Because
what do you have to do?
Frankly speaking, I am scared of snakes.
Whenever I would wake up in the night, I would see around, see if there is any scorpion or something, because there were so many scorpions there. Snakes or scorpion around you or not.
Azim Indonesia